Good morning, Elise. Have you completely lost your wits, Rosmarin? Last night in the woods, what were you thinking, saying...
ごめんなさい。
Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't... You weren't yourself, Rosmarin. What do you mean?
もういい加減にして。
Don't give me that now.
あ
No, Elise, I didn't even step foot in the woods. You were with me the entire time, Rosmarin. No, I wasn't. I couldn't follow you into the woods. The trees blocked my path. You went on ahead, no matter how much I called for you, and I did wait for you, but you never came back for me. If that wasn't Rosmarin, then who in the world's name...
大丈夫ですか、エリーゼ。
Is everything alright, Elise? Okay, so... Crows did say who is Rosmarin, and... They saw through her disguise, and... They knew that was a witch, so... Rosmarin isn't a witch herself. But I still think that she may be her offspring. Maybe witch is the woman that was burned before. So maybe her mother or grandmother. You look a little...
当然マリネ。
You can talk to me. You don't have to keep it all to yourself.
あのさ、
I had a dream about you. It was...
エリーゼ。
Oh, Elise. I saw you and your grandmother, and it felt like I was seeing my path to finding you in Kieferberg.
運命ですよ、エリーゼ。
Oh, Elise, it's fate.
うーん。
Fate, you say. You still don't believe it, do you? Hard not to after last night. Oh, did you get it? Huh? Why, the testament, Elise.
そうね。
Yes, those crows, I was offered a strand of my own hair and... Oh, Elise, that's wonderful. All you need to do is prepare it to be eaten. Eaten? Remember, these are gifts you are giving him, Elise. But it's hair. A part of your own mortal body, yes. Gifts for the host. Food, drink, and good company.
うーん。
Food, you say. The tender flesh needs to be food.
大丈夫ですか、エリーゼ。
You look tired, Elise. Is everything alright? I feel like I am losing my wits, Rosmarin.
エリーゼ。
Come now, let's head out to work. Everything's falling into place, Elise. You will see. Not so sure about that. I should have lose more health so I could have eaten this hearty soup. It's a waste for now. Say, Elise, I've been wondering about that room upstairs. Granny Holly's bedroom, what about it? Wouldn't you like me to clean it as well? There's no need, I don't go in there at all. All the more reason to give it a good sweeping. I haven't been in there since she passed, you see? Oh, I'm so sorry, Elise, I didn't mean to. That's alright, in fact, I don't even have the key anymore. I locked it up the day she passed, and I don't know where I put it. I understand, Elise. I wonder what happened to that key. Knowing myself, I may have thrown it off the peaks. Something I'd say is worth wondering about, Rosmarin, is how Floki lost his eye, wouldn't you say? Oh, I have always wondered about that. I suppose he must have gotten injured, or could have been a branch, or he might have fallen perhaps. It doesn't seem he's in pain, at least. Oh, how I wish I could talk to him. I have so many good questions. I don't know why I said good. Such as, why he followed me firstly. Your hat's made of hay, that's my best guess. Oh, and I'd ask him his name too. Isn't it Floki? I was the one who thought of that. It's not really his name. He's a goat, Rosmarin. Why? But he still has his own character, Elise. We are done wondering about useless things, Rosmarin. Oh, but it's so much fun, isn't it? I wonder if Floki is someone who was trying to make a wish too. He lost his right eye. And the eye that I got my testament from, I don't remember which eye was it. I think it was left eye. I don't remember. So maybe he was trying to get his wish, but then refused and they plucked his eye out or something. Or maybe he did it himself and then witch turned him into a goat. I don't know. Oh wait, he has a red ribbon too. Red ribbon has some significance, I think. Elisa have it, Floki have it, that horse had it, and also save points have it. Oh, there's so many crows. What are these crows doing here? Everything. Elise, is everything alright? This can't be good. I'd best hurry. Say, Rosmarin, you know how to sew, don't you? Somewhat, yes. That explains it, I suppose. Explains what? Why the patches on your dress are so clumsy. We could ask Mrs. Merrily to help, you know. Oh, but I quite like my dress. That's alright, but I'd say you deserve better, newer clothes, is all. Clothes. Oi. Shit, I skipped some. How do... Okay. I don't need better, Elise. This is my dress. It's been with me for years now. All these patches and tears mean something to me, you see? What does that moon-shaped one mean then? Oh, this is from an old blanket of mine. It brings me comfort to have it with me wherever I go. And the squares? Granny patched it for me when I fell off a tree. I can't bring myself to part with it now that she's gone. Fine, you have your reasons. I appreciate the thought, Elisa. This is the Rosmarin I know, there is no doubt. I don't know what to make of last night's Rosmarin though. Shwa? This thing's so faded I can't even read it. Left question mark, right Primodorf, up Kieferberg Peaks. Did they change the sign? It's best I keep away from the woods. At least until I figure out what to do next. Ah, there you are. Lebkuchen asked me to warn you two. What happened, Granny Gretel? Ah, poor Eiffel struck a dreadful fever. Lebkuchen and Lisbeth were up all night looking after him. Is he alright? Seems so, but after that high of a fever, I wouldn't want him frolicking about too much. Where is he now, Granny Gretel? In church, I believe. Lebkuchen said Father Hans intends to keep watch over him today. Father Hans. Oh, it's one thing after another here in Kieferberg, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this. What is all of this? I don't think I have ever seen so many crows at once. Come, Rosmarin, we must find out what is going on. We will be scraping bird poop off the roofs for weeks, Elma. Oh, Elisa, would you take a look at this nonsense? These crows, I see. All of Kieferberg is thick with filthy things. I told everyone I'd seen them yesterday, Mrs. Elma. They are a pest, and Lord knows where they are coming from. Ah, but they are not dangerous, I'm certain. What are you saying, lass? Of course they are. You'd best talk some sense into your cousin, Elisa. She's clearly not all there, the poor lass. Alright, let's go, Rosmarin. Ah, yes. This is bad. This is very bad. I better figure out why those crows are in Kieferberg, and fast. I just noticed that on the roof there's a sign of a cat instead of a rooster. Not a sign, how do you call this? Wind analyzer? Wind something, okay. I'd best go lend the lads a hand, Brunhilde. No, Guido, please don't go. What is going on here? You don't mean to say you haven't seen them, do you? I have seen them before anyone else in Kieferberg, as you know. My, you ought to know something about this then. Oh, please stop with that nonsense, Mrs. Wilma. Those wretched things broke into the windmill, Elisa. Hence why I'd best head back there, Brunhilde. She's pregnant, Guido. Don't let her get worked up. They broke into the windmill, Mr. Guido. Stole our grain, the bastards. I must go, Brunhilde. I can't stand here all day. Oh, Guido, what if they attack me while you are away? Mrs. Brunhilde's rather insecure, isn't she? Just stay home. What is the problem? Mrs. Ogilvy. Eek! Don't tell me you are hiding from the crows. I'm not going anywhere near those dreadful things. Ah, this is all your fault. How is this our fault, Mrs. Ogilvy? You two are hiding something, I know it. Old Johann's been taken for a fool, but I know you. Is this because of what I said yesterday, Mrs. Odile? All these awful goings-ons. I understand it's frightening, Mrs. Odile, but you can't... Oh, but these crows weren't enough. Even our children are hexed now. What are you? Shoo, shoo! Leave me be, you. She's so certain Rosmarin and I are hiding something. Did Miffy spread this about town or... No use whining about it, Jacob. It's a no. But Granny... What is wrong, Mrs. Marlin? It's April, lass. He came down with a fever last night. I have heard, yes. Do you know if he's feeling better, Mrs. Marlin? He is. It seems the fever was gone in the morning, but... Lebkuchen said the poor lad was delirious. Oh, please let me go see him, Granny. Absolutely not, Jacob, and that's final. Where is he right now, Mrs. Marlin? In church, I have heard. Oh, I could go wait for him by the fountain. Wait for your father to come back, Jacob. I wouldn't want you at this bird's mercy either. But Granny... This also goes for you too. Don't go near those crows, you hear? Oh, but have they hurt anyone? Lord knows they could. April's fever was rather serious, it seems. I'd best pay him a visit before I head off to work. But I couldn't. Church was closed by NPCs. I should have believed you last night, Eliza. I suppose not that it would have prevented anything, though. Oh, the dreadful things are everywhere. They have been circling the windmill all morning, you see. The lads are still up there trying to do away with them. Circling the windmill, what for? Why? To steal our grain, Eliza. Those crows are a bad omen, that's for sure. I wouldn't want to lend old Johann's notions any weight, but... We should give it some thought, I say. Now that's a bad omen. I wonder why they are circling the windmill. It's not because of the grain, that's for certain. Oh, this cloth must be Mrs. Wilma's. She is so messy. Old folks' homes are left behind to rot after they go on to meet their maker, huh? It's such a waste, isn't it? Imagine living across Wilma's inn. It's coming along, I suppose. Kieferberg's maypole leans clumsily to the side, still stripped of its main decorations. Maybe I will splurge a little this time. A pile of wooden boxes, barrels and materials assembled into a festival stall. Elias loves Adele. This must have been left by some guest, I guess. I'm trying to find that prompt that talks about Velma. MetaMage said that I should check door that is opposite of the tavern, I think he said. What am I doing wrong? Oh. Elma's home is rather folksy, isn't it? This red wall of hers is such a nuisance, though. That's it? Ah. She said Elma. I need Velma. These small... What the fuck am I saying? These smell awful. Many blemished, discolored and wrinkled apples await to be fed to the livestock. I wonder how Mrs. Audrey climbs this every day. Living right in the center of Kieferberg would make my life so much easier. On second thought, though, I'd be Mrs. Audrey's neighbor. A little too eager to set up a dinner table outside, aren't they? Not like it's my problem anyhow. Man, what I didn't check. Yeah, I still have no idea how to get to that thing that should talk about Velma. Okay, let's see if this will break my game again. This didn't, but if I interact with it, it probably will. Okay. What is that key for then? I doubt it's from Holly's room, because Elisa would recognize that key. I will take good care of it, father. There's nothing to see here, Elisa. You'd best head back to town. You were the one who first saw these crows, weren't you, Elisa? It's not as though you folks believed me when it mattered. I have said it last night, and I will say it again. You are hiding. It matters not, old Jochen. We must focus on the matter at hand. We all had our fill of trouble last night, didn't we? We don't need any more yelling, that's for certain. Now, they didn't steal that much grain, folks. How much did they steal, Mr. Gustav? About a sack in total. We got here in time to prevent the worst. The darn birds were building a nest in the oven. We ought to give it a good scrubbing later. It doesn't seem they are keen on attacking us, at least. We have locked it up and trusted Eugene here with the key for now. I appreciate the trust. Of course, especially after all of yesterday's goings-ons. Because he was stolen from, or because he has no horses to steal the grain with. Who is to stand guard here then? Before we get into that, Bernhard, there's something I'd like to say. We are all well aware of what happened last night. However, we ought to stick together, folks, now more than ever. You heard the man. Kieferberg is what we make of it. Don't forget that. I ought to head back to church. Is Eiffel feeling better, Father? That's what I am looking into, Finn. You'd best go with Elise. Lebkuchen will fill you in, I'm certain. Will do, Mr. Gustav. I was wondering, Elise. Mr. Bernhard said the crows were trying to make a nest in the oven. I suppose it's a cozy little nook. I don't see what is so... So there is an oven in the windmill, right? There's always been an oven in the windmill, Rosmarin. What is your... The tender flesh, Elisa. Wouldn't this be a good way to prepare it? Making bread out of it, you say? Maybe you could ask about town if they let you in. That is rather risky, Rosmarin. I suppose, but... I can't think of any other way either. Not if I want to find him. It's worth the try, I'd say. Alright, I will see what I can find out. This is the... okay. I'd say they snuck in through the roof, Gustav. When did you realize the crows were in the windmill, Mr. Ludwig? Heinrich came about to collect some flowers this morning. He was the one who gave the alert. So you have locked it up, have you? We must keep those birds out, Elise, or they will take all our grain. I understand you'd like to keep guard, but isn't it a little much? We will be doing shifts, Elisa. Gustav and Bernhard are up first. I see. Do you want to stand guard with us, Elisa? I hope you weren't planning on making any bread today, lass. I was actually. Might want to get some from Gretel today, Elisa. Are you certain you are not leaving, Mr. Ludwig? Wouldn't be the wisest to leave it to the crows, would it? I suppose not. You can have a word with Eugene if you're that keen on baking bread today. I must ask, though, why are you so insistent, Elisa? I'd best go see how April's doing, if you will excuse me. Really? I didn't even want to ask about bread. I don't want to make it. I suppose they didn't quite like that, but now I know to ask Mr. Eugene in a little while. He might help. better days will come, lad. When I am settled in Primodorf, God willing. Don't make hasty decisions, Eugen. What is it, Elisa? With the key to the windmill, even... The lass is right, Eugen. It's a shame for you to leave. Nothing I can do about that, folks. There's nothing left for me here in Kieferberg, you see. Still, I think everyone would miss you, Mr. Eugen. Please reconsider. No, I have made up my mind, but I do appreciate it, Elisa. Even this key, I will only be holding on to it until the evening. Until the evening, Mr. Eugen. It's too much responsibility, lass. I'm not too comfortable with it in my pocket, I must admit. Why not hand it over to someone else then? I could take it to Mr. Gustav if you'd like. That's alright, Elisa. There's no better place than Kieferberg, lad. He's not letting it go until this evening, but there's nothing more I can do. I suppose I will try talking to him later. Ah, it's nice to see you, Elisa. You have heard about Eiffel, I assume. I only heard he was ill, but that's all. Ah, the poor lad. I can't bear looking at his little hands. What about them, Mrs. Dorothea? It's best you hear it from me, Elisa, so you get the real story. You have been up all night, Lisbeth. We can tell her. Eiffel is fine now, as you can see, but last night I was awoken by him moaning, speaking nonsense. His fever was boiling him alive. We called for Father Hans and brought him to church, but Eiffel had never been so ill. I thought I'd lose him. He wasn't all there either, kept mumbling to himself, and I don't know, but his hands are injured. It's horrifying, and they were so bloody. It's as if they were pecked at by something. I can't explain it. Please collect yourself, Mrs. Lisbeth. That's right, Mrs. Lisbeth. Take deep breath. At first I thought he'd caught the goat's sickness somehow, but it doesn't explain his hands or what happened to my goats. Oh, this is my disgrace. It's alright, Mrs. Lisbeth. We are all here for you. It's alright. What about the goats? It must have happened while we were praying for Eiffel in church. What the hell? When Mrs. Lisbeth went to fetch him dry clothes, she happened upon two of her goats lying on the ground. They bled to death. Their tongues had been ripped out and their heads were severed too. You can rest assured we will help you, Mrs. Lisbeth. I shall arrange for a doctor to come as soon as possible. What am I to do with one sick goat, Father? We will make certain you and the children don't go without, Mrs. Lisbeth. You are welcome to have supper with Finn and I anytime, Lisbeth. Thank you, but I don't have strength, Dorothea. Mrs. Dorothea will be looking after Eiffel, Mrs. Lisbeth. You'd best go home and rest for the day. Of course, Father, thank you. Come, I will walk with you and Eiffel home.
あの
This is awful, Elise. I ought to pay them a visit later. Someone killed goats. I think Father Hans could do it. They were in church for whole day yesterday, I think. And maybe he's sacrificing goats for some ritual. It's one thing after another, isn't it? But first things first. I ought to figure out how I am going to get my hands on that key. You look awful, Lipkochen. It's no wonder, is it? Seeing Eiffel so ill has had me worrying about him all night. Mrs. Lisbeth said he was mumbling to himself. He was having convulsions, speaking of the witch too. Sounds like he's been listening too much of old Johann's nonsense, that's what. I think so too. What about Eiffel's hands? What was that about? I'd say he did that to himself. He was gripping his fist the entire time, so... Say, Lipkuchen, if this is about last night, Elisa, what else would it be about, Lep? I am worried about you. They gave me a lecture, is all. Mr. Gustav was very supportive of me, but Father Hans, he... Oh, that old geezer better not have. Father Hans isn't all there either, Elise. What do you mean, isn't all there? Old Johann's very much convinced you saw those crows for a reason, and Father Hans starting to believe him, I think. Ah, for goodness sake. Be careful, Elise. There's only so much I can do for you. Lebkuchen's doing so much for everyone all the time. I don't want to be adding to her stress. Any luck, Elise? No, I think I have lost it, Rosmarin. Folks won't let me through at all, and Mr. Eugen won't give me the key. I see. If you could somehow prepare it in there, Elise. I know. You do have that oven in the backyard, but... That's true. Why don't we use that instead, Rosmarin? No, I'd say those crows were trying to tell you something, Elise. By gathering in the windmill, huh? They're urging you to do it, that's for certain. I don't think there's anything else I can do, Rosmarin. If only I could go back in time, huh? Is everything alright, Mrs. Merrily? Ah, listen, it's so horrifying. To think this would happen to Lisbeth of all people. All on her own with two young children too. Oh, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I haven't seen Grune all morning. I had a word with Mrs. Lisbeth early this morning. Grune was in tears, I couldn't bear the sight. It seems they are going to be in class with Dorothea and Lebkuchen. I will see what I can do for them this afternoon, even if just keeping them company or entertaining Grune. Oh, I can only hope none of this misfortune gets sent my way. I see why Mrs. Lisbeth was fretting about folks spreading nonsense about her. This is the first typo I saw in this game. Oh, I haven't had a proper night's sleep since Friday. Eliza here has been sleeping like an angel, I'd wager. Messing with me first thing in the morning, are you, Mrs. Berta? My, there's hardly a need to threaten folks like that, Eliza. How was this a threat, Mrs. Ilma? You can tell us, Eliza, there's no harm. Eek, don't say it. You were the only one who knew about these crows. Why is that? So, this indicates if I get suspicion or not. Because this option has a red aura, and this one has, I think, orange. So orange is good, I guess. Mrs. Berta taken a liking to teasing us, Mrs. O'Leary. I suppose. Truly, Berta, this isn't the time. Why? I'm not teasing anyone. This is a legitimate question. It doesn't matter who saw them first, Berta. What matters is that they are here and they are not leaving no matter what we do. This is an omen, that's what this is. Come now, Odili, let's get you home. These old hacks need to find other ways to use their time. Can't Saturday come any sooner? This week has brought us nothing but trouble. These crows all about town too. We ought to have believed you yesterday, Eliza. It doesn't matter anymore, Mrs. Ariane. All that's keeping me in good spirits is the festival, if I'm honest. You have heard about Eiffel, Eliza. The poor boy. I will ask Mrs. Lisbeth what I can do for her later. She hasn't had time to look after herself, I wager. Oh, I can't bring myself to smile on days like this. That reminds me, Henrich's spending the night out there. Because of the crows, isn't it? Together with Eugene, I heard. Poor lad hasn't had time to come to terms with what happened yesterday. Eugene will be gone by Sunday, you can mark my words. Mrs. Wilma. It's best I go visit Mrs. Lisbeth first chance I get. First chance. Wilma looks so ugly. Fucking hell. She's the ugliest person in this game. Even Witch doesn't look that bad. There aren't any paddles lying about, huh? Are you looking for something, Mr. Finn? You can't be too certain with all these crows, Eliza. We ought to find a way to chase them away for good. How would we go about that? Paddles, shovels, wooden planks, anything we can throw at them or hit them with. What about a net or a blanket? A net, you say? Wilma would have one in that shed of hers, I'd wager. Does he really think he can hit them all? We ought to have believed you last night, Eliza. That's alright, Mr. Gustav. I know it caught folks off guard. I do wonder where these crows came from, though. Ah, Eliza, I was hoping to have a word about Lebkuchen. You owe that lass a piece of your very soul, Eliza. What do you mean, Mr. Gustav? The poor lass stood up for you against Father Hans and old Jochen all evening. Ah, yes, I know. You'd have been in for a real earful had it not been for her. Lebkuchen's a friend to keep, Elise. Don't take her for granted. I don't, Mr. Gustav. Old Jochen, huh? He's been rather vocal about these crows too. Everything will be fine, folks. You will see. I can only hope he hasn't been spreading anything about town. Ah, there you are, Elise. You seem troubled, Mr. Ludwig. All of Kieferberg's troubled, lass. Now can you do me a favor? Berta and I are thinking of spending a week in Primeldorf after the festival. In Primeldorf, Mr. Ludwig. My daughter has been insisting we visit, you see. Seeing our grandchildren would be good for Berta too. Why don't you visit more often, Mr. Ludwig? It's such a long way to Primeldorf. It's really not that far away. Do me a favor, will you, Lizzie? Go ask Finn if he can look after my cabbages while I'm away. Your cabbages, Mr. Ludwig. They need daily tending to, and these crows aren't helping. But tell him he can't simply beat them with a hoe, you hear? Why would he do such a thing? Young lads are lazy, that's why. I wouldn't say that's what lazy folks would do, but... Say, Mr. Finn, I was talking to Mr. Ludwig and... Not the cabbages. Huh? He asked you to ask me to look after his cabbages. I know all about it, lass. He's losing his mind. What? That man is obsessed with his cabbages. He's been hounding me about them since yesterday. Well, alright, but what do I tell him, Mr. Finn? I will do it. I will do it. Whatever it takes to stop hearing about these wretched cabbages. My cabbages! What else the cabbage man in Avatar was saying? My poor cabbages. You bring good news, I'm certain. Mr. Finn said to leave it to him, Mr. Ludwig. Atta girl, Elisa. I'm not the one looking after your cabbages, Mr. Ludwig. You still did me a favor, didn't you? For your trouble. You didn't have to, Mr. Ludwig, but thank you. I'd best go tell Berta our cabbages will be in good hands. I've been told that I can get items every day for unmarked quests, and I think I only did 2 of them. And today is Wednesday, so I think I missed 1 quest. I think I would rather sell this. I have enough of health items. Ah, you are just who I needed, Elisa. Is there anything I can help with, Mr. Guido? I don't have time to chop wood for the fireplace today, you see? Will you be on patrol, Mr. Guido? Standing guard by the windmill, lass. Someone has to keep those wretched crows out of our grain. So now Rosmarin gives me wood instead of Gustav. Whew. I was very focused. Atta girl, Elise. You have got some good arms on you. I suppose. Here you go, lass. Thank you, Mr. Guido. Am I gonna die? Because I don't have enough. Stamina. Come on, bro. I should have eaten one bread to prevent this. Really? So I need to do chopping wood again. God damn it. Maybe it's time to eat this soup. Okay, let's just eat bread. Mafia. Konogaki! Shit, I pushed the wrong thing. It's you! Oh! Damn, we got teleported. That's enough, I'm not giving you one more crumb. But you promised me some Lebkuchen. I promised you nothing, Mercy. Folks already think it's strange, Elise, that you knew about the crows since yesterday. You know what? Why don't you go ahead? Who's to believe a scrawny little squealer like you anyhow? Old Jochen does, Elise. Mrs. Odili does too. Ah, do they? What are you telling them then? That I saw you talking to those crows yesterday. There was a golden one too, wasn't there? Why you... following you about town is truly so much fun, Elise. I just know you have the Lebkuchen you promised me tucked away somewhere. Fine. You keep your mouth shut, you hear? I don't want to add any more to these folks' imaginations. Why? But they are not imagining anything, are they? Shut it, Muddy. Not one more word about this. I will keep quiet, but I was wondering. I gave you what you wanted, so go away. Alright, but why don't you bring me some hearty soup tomorrow? Off with you, Mandy. I suppose I will be safe for today. Hearty soup, you see. Okay, I will leave this for now. Don't go losing your wits like that, Ogiri. It may be best to rest for the day, Mrs. Ogiri. Is everything alright? Eek! What is gotten into her? Ogiri is terrified of the crows, Elise. Oh, Johan's right. It's that lassie and her cousin. Ah, for goodness sake. This isn't good for you, Ogiri. Think about your health. Your heart can't take much more. Ah, but I can't settle down merrily. The Lord is with Kieferberg. We must not forget that. You're out to put your faith in him, Mrs. Ogiri. That's right, Ogiri. You can't get swayed by whatever old Jochen says. Do I look like a witch to you, Mrs. Ogiri? Oh, I wouldn't know, lass. What do you mean you wouldn't know? Don't rile her up, Elise. We will take care of her, don't you worry, dearie. Mrs. Ogiri will be meeting her maker sooner rather than later, huh? Yeah, I think so. I will not be surprised if she will have a heart attack. A heart attack. It's best you start confessing, Dorothea. A mother's sin passes on to her child, you know? Ah, for goodness sake. Why, it's a fact, Elise. What you ought to do, Dorothea, is wear your rosary all 9 months. Oh, I will, but Brunhilde, she... What about Mrs. Brunhilde? She's been doing these divinations. Mrs. Brunhilde is so anxious, it might make her settle down a little. Elise, how can you say such a thing, lass? Huh? Truly, Elise, this is rather dangerous. Whether we believe in the witch or not, she could hurt herself. I don't know what you've been doing behind our backs, Elise, but... Where is this all coming from? All I am saying is that Mrs. Brunhilde is an adult, and as such, Brunhilde is rather gullible, Elise. We all know that. Oh, you'd best get Elise away from Brunhilde, Dorothea. Why you? Okay, so green and orange answers doesn't actually indicate that suspicion will go down or up. I was wrong. Who cares if Mrs. Brunhilde makes some wheat brew or what have you? I don't know what is divination, so I wouldn't choose something based on that anyway. It's best we start gathering for prayer, old Jochen. Not much else we can do with neighbors like this, I'd say. Out and about, talking behind folks' backs again, I see. What use is there in winding old Jochen up, Elise? Kieferberg isn't taking this omen seriously, lass. Folks are making merry among these crows like it's nothing. Fretting and riling each other up over some birds wouldn't do us any good. Still, Elise, we have never had crows gather here like this. It's an omen, lass. You are either mocking us all, or you are somehow. Now, old Jochen, you know what Father Hans said. What did he say, Mr. Ludwig? Fools, all of you. Told old Jochen not to spread rumors about town is all. It was about time, I'd say. You shouldn't rile folks up, Elise. We must stay civil. Bah! I have always been civil, and look where it got me. In a town filled to the brim with utter fools, that's where. For goodness sake. It's a good thing Father Hans got him on a leash, I will say. I have heard Elise's seiyuu or voice actor say her iconic lines like for goodness sake and Matakomo. What? I need to work on my pronunciation. Matakomo. No. Matakomo. Matakomo. Fuck. I can't pronounce that in Japanese way. Oh, Matakomo. No. It's not like that. Come on, I know how they are saying that, but I can't replicate it. It sounds good in my head, but when I actually say it, it sounds wrong. Ah, Matakomo. Ah, Matakomo. Matakomo. No, it's not like that. Ah, Matakomo. Ah, Matakomo. What the fuck? Each time it sounds more worse and worse. Matakomo. Mataku. I am saying Mataku. It's not, no. Mataku. 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 Matakomo. I think that was closer to the real pronunciation. Ah, for goodness sake. Okay, so I heard her saying that on stream, and I was surprised that she says it in such emotional way. I was saying, for goodness sake, like in this bored and unenergetic way, like in a very passive way. Okay, so I realized that I was doing that wrong. I need to check English dub sometime soon, just to get used to some voice lines and get better understanding of how I should say them. Yeah. Alright. I kinda know Japanese, like I can listen to Japanese people speak and understand about 1/3 of what they were saying, but I didn't practice my pronunciation, so I can't really talk in Japanese, and I definitely can't read any kanji and hiragana at all. They have had their fill, I'd wager. The crows, Mr. Guido. They have been circling the windmill all morning, the bastards. Yet they haven't come for the grain even once. If they haven't attempted it until now, who's to say, Elise? We can't leave the windmill, that's what. Ah, no, I was saying that maybe now they are not coming for the grain because we are here, I am certain. They'd come diving down the moment we left, I'd wager. That's a given, I suppose. They are not leaving, and Mr. Eugene got key. Maybe Mr. Eugene will be around this evening. It's a good thing Eiffel feeling better, Lisbeth. No use in brooding now. It will only wear you out even more. Ah, I can't help but worry. Mr. Bernhardt is right, Mrs. Lisbeth. Even so, you must keep an eye on the children. How is your horse, Eugene? Tired, still, poor things lying about in the hay. So are my goats. To think someone would do such a thing. I've been keeping calm, not wanting to rile folks up, but you have been too calm, I'd say. Curse and Kieferberg to hell won't bring my horses back, Bernhard. Someone ought to have done it, that's all I have to say. I must say I'm starting to understand how those old folks feel. Mrs. Lisbeth. It's certainly easier to believe there's a witch, isn't it? Can't say I don't understand, I simply can't bring myself to agree. She'd be better off marrying Eugene, I'd say. Who's marrying? Am I saying this right? Marrying. Yeah. Mr. Eugene. Or wait, Marian. No, Marian. Oh, Berta's jesting, Elisa. You have to agree, Marlene. They are about the same age too. You can't be talking about Mrs. Lisbeth. Who else would I be talking about, Elisa? Now we can't be spreading this nonsense about town, you hear? It's far from nonsense. Those children need a proper father. Eugene's leaving first thing next Monday anyhow. A big mistake, if you ask me. I'm not too certain about Eugene myself, but I must agree, poor Lisbeth would be better off now if she'd remarried. The nerve of these old hags talking behind folks' back. It's rather tricky now that we don't have Eugene's horses. You could lend us a hand, Freya. Ah, Elisa, won't you tell Papa to stop before he... Huh? Freya as strong as I am, believe it or not. Looking rather flustered, aren't you, Freya? Because he makes it sound as if I am a... I'd say it's an asset, not a fault, Freya. I'm not that strong anyhow. I must say I am curious to see that now, lass. Don't pressure her, Heinrich. Huh? But even I would like to see how strong she is. Alright, alright. How is this then? Yeah, I expected her to grab Gustav. I can't believe it. Gustav weighs as much as a horse, but look at that. She barely broke a sweat too. That's my daughter, Ata girl, Freya. Not in front of Elise too. Huh? This is the kind of cheer Kieferberg needs. Truly, I am tired of hearing about this witch. So you are saying Freya could steal a horse if she wanted to? Freya is so strong, she could easily throw me off the peaks, huh? Oh, what am I thinking? We were just talking about you, dearie. Me, Mrs. Mechtilde. Oh, Elise, aren't you scared of these crows? They are more of a nuisance, I'd say. See, Brunhilde, Elise doesn't let it get to her. Ah, but there are so many. They haven't attacked anyone, have they? No, not at all. They are just hopping about town, it seems. It certainly is strange, but I don't think there's much harm. You don't think there's a witch about town, Mrs. Mechtilde? I'm old enough to know such things don't exist, Brunhilde. Truly, Mrs. Brunhilde, you can't listen to those old folks. Ah, I suppose that's true. I'm glad Mrs. Mechtilde's urging folks to keep calm. Nope, I will not kiss the rat. I'm done with that game. This is tiring, Rosmarin. Asking about town, you mean? No, I don't think we can count on that. I should have chosen my words a little more carefully, I suppose. That's alright, Elise. We will find a way. It's a little too late for that, Rosmarin. If only I could turn back time and attempt it again. Wait, so are you alluding to that if I wasn't talking about crows, then I could do something differently here? Either way, Elise, folks are rather restless. You haven't been asking about town yourself, have you? No, of course not. Alright, well, I will call for you if I need you. I will be here, Elise. I ought to be careful. I wouldn't want folks suspecting me. You should weave in more of the blue flowers, Linda. Didn't we leave the maple to Freya this year? Freya clearly has better taste anyhow. I don't remember inviting you to this conversation, lassie. Come now, Mrs. Wilma. Freya's not even finished with it yet. I'd say she'd be sad if you changed it without telling her, Mrs. Wilma. Why, I'd never do such a thing. I trust her judgment. I'm having her lend a hand with the wreath, too. So you can find even more faults in her work, I see. I haven't asked you for a hand for a reason. It's best we keep calm. I swear, these old hacks are trying to vex me. Fucking Vilma. Are you want to eat a lot of eggs, Elise? What else is there to eat in this town anyhow? Oh, you have enough for a hawk or two, I am certain. Ah. Anyhow, why don't you fetch me a few eggs for supper? I will not die, right? Or will I? Yeah, I think I will. Wait. Yeah, I think I will die if I take this job without eating bread. Bread is a very important item after all. I need to buy more. Let's have you pitch in for that hawk, what do you say? If you bring me the entire coop, I will. I think I hate this minigame more than Kiss the Rat. Or at least equally. I'm really bad at it for some reason. Time to focus. Yeah, that wasn't good at all. Somehow still S. Well, I know that this game is forgiving, just what I am saying that I am bad at it is that I make a lot of mistakes and I don't like it. Why? I was jesting, Laz. You didn't have to bring me the entire coop. I merely did what I was asked to. Mr. Wilhelm. Here you go, Elise, for your hawk. If only this were enough for even a sausage, let alone an entire hawk. I think that's enough for sausage though, Elise. Oh, I would be running home if I were you, Elise. What? Lord knows what those crows have done to it by now. The wretched things are everywhere. We have been trying to get rid of them, but they won't budge. Have they broken into anyone's home or... Not yet, but they most definitely could. They are thieves like rats. You'd best hide that brooch of yours, Elise, lest they steal it. You're making too much of it, Mrs. Merlin. Have you heard about Eiffel, Elise, that he had his hands pecked by the crows? That's nothing but hearsay, Berta. My, but isn't it horrifying? Eiffel gripped his fist too tightly, nothing more. Oh, you'd say that's it. Of course that's it, Berta. Ludwig says he will have a word with Father Hans about it, but... As if they have anything to do with it. To think these folks are spreading this nonsense. I must apologize, lass. To me, Mr. Bernhardt. Had we believed you last night, we could have prepared ourselves. I can't say I see how, if I'm honest. We could have locked the granary for starters. Makes one wonder why they are perched here in Kieferberg. It's a rare sight, that's for certain. Have you seen crows here before, Bernhard? A long time ago, almost 20 years ago. It wasn't nearly as bad as this, however. It's best we have a word with Father Hans. About what, Mr. Heinrich? Kieferberg needs some direction, Elise. I must agree, Heinrich. Gustav's struggling to find common ground with Father Hans too. It is true, Father Hans doesn't seem too concerned, that's for certain. We must tell him his folks need him. They feel Mr. Gustav and Father Hans aren't seeing eye to eye, huh? Best not get too close, lass. Lord knows they might swoop down for that brooch of yours. Aren't you making too much of it, Mr. Tristan? No, he's right, Elise. It is dangerous. Oops. I can't seem to settle down with these crows flying about, and April's fever too. What if it's contagious? April's feeling better already, Mr. Tristan. Father Hans is urging us to stay calm, folks. We must see to our duties, nothing more. Easier said than done, Ludwig. Mr. Tristan. There was a theft, Tristan. Nothing strange about that. April's fever was just that, a fever. And I'd wager these crows will give up on our grain soon enough too. I'm still not convinced, Ludwig. I suppose neither of them will let me through. Oh, Elisa, Mrs. Wilmer's working me like a donkey today. When doesn't she? I'm sorry, Elisa, I didn't mean to yell. All of Kieferberg is on edge today, Freya. You need to let off a little steam too. Ah, I can't help it. I should bring some cheer back into folks' days, Elise. Who made your duty to do such a thing? Why, I did. We are all grumpy enough as is. I can't make it even worse. Folks don't appreciate your cheer enough, Freya. Oh, Lisa, we can't blame them, can we? Don't you get tired of getting nothing in return? Why, but this is who I am, Lisa. I enjoy looking after folks as best I can. I can't help it. You are truly... I suppose it does make me look a little foolish, doesn't it? A little bit, but I suppose it makes her who she is. Don't touch it, Grune. It doesn't matter, Jacob, it's dead. What in the Lord's name are you two doing to that thing? Eek! Elise. Good grief, you two know better than to touch that filth. Ah, please don't tell Mama. It fell from the sky, Elise. We were playing and it fell from the sky, I swear. Alright, fine, stop yelling. It fell from the sky, you say. Straight down. Jacob thinks it might have been sick, but... Don't you dare touch it, Grune. Don't yell at me, Elise. Eiffel was the one who saw it first, Elise. He ran off to find some rocks for the funeral. The funeral? Whose funeral? The crows, Elise. Ugh, just don't touch it, whatever you do. What about your mama, Grune? I don't want to talk about it. Eiffel said Mrs. Lisbeth isn't feeling so well. Go away, Elise. You are not invited to the funeral. Grune. Grune isn't taking this so well, is she? It's as though you have never had a fever yourself, old Jochen. The lad was crying out to the witch, Mechtilde. Where exactly did you hear such nonsense, Mr. Jochen? Ah, Lise, finally, someone to talk some sense into this fool. Lisbeth herself said the lad was delirious, lass. Mrs. Lisbeth never said anything about a witch, Mr. Jochen. You ought to stop spreading this nonsense about town. Folks are already tense enough as is, Jochen. Old Stefan warned us about this, Mechtilde. If I may ask, old Jochen, what is so special about old Stefan's word? I must say I am curious too. Old Stefan knew Gifferberg was to face many trials, lass. And now we are seeing them right before our eyes. What about the witch, then? Very true, I am yet to see her out and about, Jochen. Time will reveal all, I say. Mrs. Mechtilde's presence seems to have kept him calm, but I'd say the harm is done. This nonsense has already spread throughout town. I was wondering, Elisa, don't you find it strange the crows are still hanging about town? Now that you mention it. Already got the testament, there's no real reason for them to stay. Unless there's something else they want from you, Elisa. Such as... oh, I wouldn't know. Something else they are wanting. They have guided you to the windmill. I suppose that was nice of them. Ah, how nice of them indeed. It may be they are waiting to tell you something else. We will see about that, Rosmarin. I suppose that's not that ridiculous, given what's happened, but if that's the case, why are they waiting for? Ah, what? Not why. Oof, I am getting tired, but I still want to play the night sequence in this session. I was starting to think you wouldn't come about, Elisa. We have yet to discuss what happened last night. What about it, father? Those crows you claim to have seen, are they same ones that... Are you expecting me to know them by name, or... I'm asking you nicely, Elise. Let's not try each other's patience. If that's all you have to ask me, then I'd rather... No, that's not all, Elise. I must ask you to mind your words in town, lass. Ah, for goodness sake. You having claimed to see those crows last night is rather... What does this have to do with me exactly? Folks don't know any better, Elise. This is rather... If that's the case, then I'd recommend having a word with old Jochen instead. He's the one terrorizing Mrs. Audley day and night. Old Jochen's a different matter altogether, lass. In that case, I believe we are very much done here, father. My attitude, he says. Oh, wouldn't you lend me a hand, Elisa? What do you need, Mrs. Merrily? Some wood for the hearth, if it's not too much trouble. To think I used to be able to do it myself. I will get right to it. Oh, thank you, Lise. I'm so glad I can count on you, my dear. Ah, shit. Ah! I forgot to eat again. Maybe I don't need rosemary for this. I suppose I got a little carried away. Thank you so much, Lizzie. You can have this. I won't have to ask anyone for firewood for a whole entire week. I suppose there won't be any requests coming in from Mrs. Merrily for a while then. Oh, to be suffering from success. Interesting that you have to say that. This is like the first time they really react to you getting S rank. Long day today, was it, dearie? For you too, Mrs. Mechtilde. Not at all, I had a lovely nap just earlier. I can't remember the last time I took a nap. Let's call it the perks of old age, my dear. There aren't many, but I make the most of it. You are rather cheery, Mrs. Mechtilde. Why, most of the crows are gone, Elise. That's a relief, I must say. Makes one wonder why, doesn't it? Sure does, Mrs. Mechtilde, sure does. So I need to ask Eugene about key even later, after I am gone home. Interesting. I suppose they have had enough of lurking about town, huh? Another one, I see. Huh? Say, what is it you are meeting him for? I don't think that's any of your business. Let me tell you something then. Forsake all you think you know about yourself. What do you mean? There's no amount of determination that can save you from him. Once you are in those woods, once you go through that door. What? You will be left with nothing but harrowing regret. Why are you telling me all this? And she's gone. A strudel! Wow, that's a good item. Flaky apple strudel, neatly decorated and sliced into thick portions. But I can eat it only if I have one bread. Rosemary's right. I ought to find a way to get in here. Asking around town should be enough, but... Everything will be alright, I'm certain. Is everything alright? We were talking about Kiefer Berkelise. Guido can't make up his mind about leaving, which is a little... You want to leave, Mrs. Brunhilde? Well, I can't say for certain, but... It's a shame, isn't it? Folks used to want to move here, not the other way around. I've been discussing it with Finn too. He's rather hesitant. We all know where you land in this argument, don't we, Elise? I suppose you do, Mrs. Merrily. Oh, I'm so turned about it. I came here from Primeldorf, after all, if I were to go back. Oh, enough, Brunhilde. I am losing my mind. Seems Mrs. Brunhilde's been going on about it. On your way home, are you? Rest assured, Mr. Bernhardt, I'm about to leave. Afraid the lass will be taken by the crows, Bernhard. We'd best not jest, old lad. What about you two? Still worried about the crows? I wish they'd leave already, that's what. They're just resting here, I'd say. They didn't hurt anyone or try to steal anything else. It's not as though they necessarily had to, Mr. Bernhardt. Doesn't sit right with me, is all. Speaking of which, I am concerned about Eugene. He's been rather cheery for someone who's been robbed, don't you think? I'd say he seems fine to me. Folks like him, Elise. Oftentimes they are misleading you to think they are in good health. What makes you think that, Mr. Wilhelm? Eugene isn't one to share his thoughts, lass. The lads, it's the same as always, as though nothing happened. We must make certain he isn't left on his own for long stretches of time, let's see. Mr. Eugene's had it with this town, that's all. Were they implying that he wants to end his life? What the hell? At least that's how I interpret when you say that you shouldn't leave someone by himself for a long time. Okay, I need to take a little break and then I will continue. Wait, Elisa. There you are, lassie. Huh? We need to have a word with you, Elise. A word with me, you say? Your cousin's been going about town spreading nonsense, Elise. Shit. Such as... Why, saying the crows are nothing to fret about, for instance. She isn't afraid of any animals, on the contrary. I see how that might be true, Elise, but still. We are to be wary of such things, not make little of them. I understand, Mrs. Elma. This is dangerous. I ought to make certain I bring Rosmarin to work with me. What? What the hell? Eek! Please, Elise, don't tell my auntie. What in the Lord's name are you doing out here, Melly? I have had it with her, Elise. She's always wants me working all day. Perhaps she needs your help, Mindy. She only likes me when I am working. Why do you think I am always sneaking about town? I'm not too certain I believe you. Golly, Elise, I was hoping you understand. It's not that I don't, but... You won't tell my auntie, will you? Not after you have just told me, no. Still, you'd best not try her patience too much, you hear? Oh, Lisa. Since you like me so much, won't you give me some... For goodness sake, Miffy. Mrs. Lorelei is too hard on Molly, I will give her that. I completely forgot who is Lorelei. How she looks. But she's a shitty person, I'm certain about that. I know, Elise. I haven't said anything yet, have I? You don't have to, Elise. What am I to do with you, Lebkuchen? At least tell me you will get a good night's sleep tonight. If nobody else breaks into a fever, I might. Here's your bread, Elise. What is on your mind, Lebkuchen? Things that would upset you, Elise. I'm not certain you trust me at all. I trust you enough to not ask you about it. You keep coming back to this lab if there is. I mean it, Elise. You don't have to tell me. Whatever it is you can't tell me, I won't pry. You trust me that much, huh? Even if you truly were the witch. Lebkuchen. I mean it, Elise. I trust you will tell me in time, whenever you are ready. You are truly tired. For someone who is so attentive to others, Lebkuchen, you are not. I will see you about town tomorrow. For goodness sake, you are so stubborn. Lebkuchen's restless, isn't she? All I can do is make certain I don't involve her in any way. Wait, I just realized. Lebkuchen's bakery. So you mean it's not Gretel who bakes bread, it's Lebkuchen? Gretel is just a seller? What? Okay. Yeah, I will need more bread. Elise. Elise, come quick. What is the matter, Jacob? It's Eiffel. He's gone missing. What? Oh, please come quick, Elise. We must go and look for him. That's right. We can't sit about waiting forever. What is going on here? Eiffel's gone missing, Elise. Hopefully the lads will find him on their patrol. They will happen upon him, I'm certain. They don't know he's missing, father. By the time they're back, my poor boy could have... Mama, we all need to remain calm. Calm, father, my boy is missing. Lord knows if he's alright, let alone if the worst has happened. We all knew those crows were an omen. Not this again, you old wretch. Ought to have taken the lad to the witch. What a horrible thing to say, old Jochen. Kana Gigi. You truly have no decency, you. We cannot give in to hysteria, brave friend. Not hysteria, hysteria, I think. Oh, to think the lads went out in search of crows. The crows were afraid, lass. Oh, that's it. I am going looking for him myself. I will go. Let me be the one to go, Mrs. Lisbeth. It's best we wait for the lads. I can't allow... Oh, will you really, Elise? Now there's a brave lass. Oh, but Father Hans is right. It's dangerous. Leave it to me, Mrs. Lisbeth. Oh, Elise. I do not condone your disobedience, Elise. I do. I need you to go, Elise, for Angelica's sake as well. Truly, the poor lass can't be without a mother. We can lend a hand with whatever you need, Elise. You'd best make certain you have enough food and matches, dear. I will be here, Elise. Let me know when you are leaving. Oh man, does this mean this night will be long too? First it was that awful fever and now this. Mrs. Lisbeth looks horrified, I can't even imagine. We can only hope he hasn't broken into a fever again, wherever he is. All you can do is bring him back to Kieferberg as fast as you can. Elise, there's only so much one can do after all. I wouldn't know what to do if this happened to me. You'd best keep a close eye on Maggie, Mrs. Lorelei. Mary, she can look after herself just fine, lass. She doesn't care at all that her niece is walking around at the night wherever she pleases without eating. I think she will get lost at some point. Better than most folks here in Kieferberg, I'd say. Mrs. Lorelei, poor Mandy is still a child. Oh, there's much you don't yet to know about her, Dorothea. Such as... she wouldn't let herself starve, for starters. Mary's rather resourceful when it comes to food, that's for certain. But enough chit-chatting. I must find a food. My, Eliza, I wasn't expecting you to volunteer, of all people. That was rather brave of you, Eliza. I couldn't sit still and do nothing. My, how fearless. Truly, with all this talk about the witch and whatnot. If only the lads were in town. Who knows, they might find him out and about. They don't even know to look for Eiffel, Eliza. It could happen nonetheless, Vilma. Do you have everything you need, Eliza? I believe I do, Mrs. Elma. Why don't you take this? It's not much, I know. Thank you, Mrs. Elma. Well, don't expect any charity from me, lassie. Be careful, Eliza. Let me go with you, Eliza. You are not going anywhere, Jacob. I am a man too. Eiffel needs us, Granny. Eliza doesn't need you getting in her way, Jacob. Your mother's right, Jacob. I wouldn't get in the way, I wouldn't. I can't look after you and myself at the same time, do you understand? But I wouldn't. We must trust Eliza, Jacob. I know you are hurting, Jacob, but she's right. Mama. I will do my best to find him, Jacob, I promise. Alright, Eliza. Eliza, maybe it's best one of us goes with you. I will be fine, Mrs. Mechtilde. You can always change your mind, Eliza. Yep, Kuchen's right, Eliza. Who's to go if I don't, Freya? Well, that's... It's a good thing that you volunteered, Eliza. You are a capable lass. I'm certain you will find him. Why Father Hans wouldn't go? He's like the only man in this situation. Maybe because he is a kidnapper. Thank you, Mrs. Ariane. I'm wondering how we didn't notice. It's no use blaming ourselves now, Mrs. Mechtilde. The children told Mrs. Dorothea they lost sight of Eiffel. Sometime before nightfall, it seems. April was feeling alright, it may be that. What, Freya? Perhaps he felt ill and didn't want anyone to fret. Ah, don't say such a thing. Eiffel couldn't have wandered too far, anyhow, it will be fine. Eiffel got lost somewhere, I'm certain that's all there is to it. May the Lord be with you, Elise. Couldn't the Lord have prevented him from wandering off in the first place? But enough chit-chatting. Oh, I'm certain he's alright, dearie. I can only hope you're right, Mrs. Merrily. We must keep a positive outlook, Mrs. Lisbeth. I thought you didn't condone my disobedience, Father. My duty is to care for my brave friends' well-being, Elise. You ought to be aware it is dangerous. The lass couldn't bear the thought, Father. We can't leave Eiffel roaming the woods all by himself. Lord knows how sick he was yesterday. If that fever were to strike him again in those woods, I will make certain I find him, Mrs. Lisbeth. I appreciate it, Elise, but if you find it's too dangerous. Elise will find him, Lisbeth. You must trust the lass. Here you go, Elise. Please be careful. Thank you, Mrs. Lisbeth. We will make certain to send the lads after you when they arrive. Don't wander off too far, you hear? Thank you, Elise. I best get going. Lord knows he could be stuck in a ditch somewhere. I predict that he's not in the woods, but maybe he went to the windmill with a hoe. Or maybe he really is here. Yeah, that's a very obvious choice. So we are not making bread with my hair, so maybe... Maybe something will happen to Eugen. Here I am again. I ought to find Eiffel and fast. Same place as before. I wonder if I could have get Rosemary for this. I doubt it. That crow's trying to tell me something, I suppose. This isn't where I was yesterday, is it? Eiffel. Eiffel, can you hear me? I have to find him. Goodness knows what could have happened to him by now. Fuck. I saw shiny item and I was like, oh, let's go there. I didn't notice spikes. What is this thing? A tile? Ignorance is bliss. Has nobody ever told you that? Plenty of times, I suppose. To be unable to grasp how fortunate we are until it's too late. Charmingly tragic, isn't it? I don't see what is so charming about it. You will come face to face with it too. The ruinous grief of your biggest, heaviest regret. What is yours then? The same as yours. We all share the same penitence. Talking to girls like this is never a very pleasant experience, is it? A pearl rosary. An expensive looking rosary bearing a heavy silver cross and big shiny pearls. Oh no. This wall, it's a mosaic. It's missing pieces, isn't it? Missing pieces! That's what I said, thank you very much. Another one. How many of these out here? Let's see. Shoes, a snake, hole in the tree, devil, crows. So him is a devil? Or a demon? Wait, or maybe it's a goat. A goat human, demi-human goat. So maybe Floki is him. Shit. Eifu, hold tight, I will get you out of there. Let's get you out of there and go home. The woodland, this grove, it's aching. Rosmarine, your flesh, your blood, your love. Oh, that's rightfully mine, my progeny. This thing is not Rosmarine. I can give you all that you desire. What? My beloved daughter. What are you? This lass, Rosmarine. Is she the one your heart desires? What are you? They are coming. We will meet again. So she takes the skin of whoever I am most interested in, or a vile stench tainting our grove. It's you. The lad's staying where he is, lassie. The lad's staying. Eiffel, come now. Elise. Quickly, Eiffel, we have to leave this place. That creature's brought him right into our beaks, lass. We are not about to waste a hearty meal. A hearty meal. Ah, my eye. Come, Eiffel. We will curse you. Dare not defy me, leave the lad. We will devour him. Wait, I didn't do the mosaic? Or... Eiffel, run! I can't move, Elise. He's mimicking my movements. My legs, they are moving on their own. We have to leave this place, Eiffel. Elise, I'm scared. Come, Eiffel, we have to move. Wait, I didn't do the mosaic. Oh. Wait, what? Excuse me? I think you need to choose tile that isn't vibrating. I didn't mean to go there. I did mean to go here, but doing this on analog stick isn't the greatest. Can we do mosaic still? If we don't, then I need to reload, I think. Elise, my eye, where are we going? Watch your step, Efo, we will find a way. Okay. Fuck. What is damaging me? What the hell? I didn't do mosaic. I fucking missed it. Okay, so I'm gonna reload. I'm sorry. Fuck. Can I already not... I can't go back? Oh my god. I don't quite have time to wonder about this, do I? I should move along and find Afo. She's witless. Why, you little... Okay, that's... I assumed that I need 4 pieces, but I actually needed 3 and I needed to go back. Let's try this. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Oh, I got it. This is my... this is my house? No, it can't be. I am imagining things. I don't have time for this nonsense. I ought to find a fool. I expected to spend much more time with this. And now we can save. Oh, what? I skipped something. Shit. I assumed that it will be same thing. And for some reason I can't get the lock. That's my house. I must be losing my mind. Yeah. The only thing I missed is what in the Lord's name? Interesting. What is this? My house. My progeny, Elise. Who is there? Come closer, Elise. Delve deeper into my grove. What in the Lord's name? Your fate, Elise. Your genesis is in the tapestry. That's holy. That woman, she wished for a child of her own. At his doorstep she kneeled and she prayed, not to me but to him. My grove became the vessel, my soil the babe's mortal body. In my very womb, they celebrated their agreement. From him came what I lack, what I have failed to lay my hands upon. A human soul to be nurtured in my womb, and later given to her as her daughter. When in truth, it's me your body belongs to, Elise. What in the Lord's name? There's something under that tapestry. A lamb. This doll, its insides have been my womb, used for that woman's wish. I was used. What in the Lord's name is going on here? What are these voices trying to tell me? Okay, so doll is children of goats. Okay, it's not a lamb. Such a foul smell. Thick crimson blood overflows from the cauldron's shattered rim, coating everything in its vicious sheen. I don't want to look at it. Blood clings to the tapestry's bottom half, thoroughly coating each stitch in deep red filth. You are wearing my brooch still. Huh? What is one to do when the Lord fails them, would you say? Wait, what are you? Our union was favored by the Lord himself, and yet my inability to bear a child drove a wedge between us. Who are you? So I did what I could. I resorted to his blessing instead. I brought him my beloved in exchange for a baby. Wait, you can't be. All I can say to you, Elise, who's following in my steps, is that this is what my soulmate would have wanted me to do. For my sake, for our union's sake, and for yours as well. That lass, it's as if she knew me. I don't know what's going on here, but I can't stay here any longer. I ought to find and save a fool. So that was Holly, and maybe she sacrificed her husband to get Elisa. Whatever was in the center is gone, I suppose. Several candles stand in a circle, surrounding an old blood-stained piece of cloth. This isn't Granny's spindle. Nothing that is in here is real, it can't be. Completely destroyed, the old spindle leans dramatically supported by its last remaining wooden leg. The whole upper floor is missing. Now leading nowhere, the staircase, wrinkly and damaged steps are suspended, as a wall floating in midair. I am very glad that I did that puzzle. That was very important. Crucial lore. And I kinda regret that this probably will not mean anything because I will need to replay game again with romancing someone this time. Okay, this will be probably same, right? I will check if I'm recording or not because I didn't actually. Yeah, I am. Okay, good. I can't skip it. Okay, I will just put it to auto and then it will do it. It work. It's work. Okay. And I fucked up immediately. Okay. Yeah, I really need to save her. Fuck. I keep touching tips of the spikes. Really? Ah, this is so frustrating. Yeah, I think this is where I would prefer to play on keyboard. Gamepad movement is not precise enough. Right now I am on keyboard. As you can see, I can... Okay. I can use more precise movement. Fuck, that's not good. Yeah, no way I would have done this on gamepad. Ah. And what now? I think I did something wrong. Ah, wait, he needs to go right. Wait. How can I do that? What the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna fucking scream. Fuck off. This is so annoying. I fucking hate this. This actually takes away some of my enjoyment from this game. Why they would do us like this? So dirty. Unenjoyable. Fuck! Fucking hell. Bro. What do you want from me, huh? What do you want? What do you want me to do? How can I avoid this bullshit? What the fuck? There's spikes everywhere. I don't fucking know. So the problem is that I need to go on the left and he needs to go to the right. And how can I make that happen? There's not enough room for us to do that. What the hell? What? How do I do this? Do I need to go on the left side? Completely different way? I don't think that's possible. Maybe like this? I'm about to start swearing in Russian. Fuck me. Is this wall on the left is a spike? This one? Yes. So I think I made things worse. Oh my god. Maybe. No, it doesn't make sense. What? Okay. Needs to go to the right. I need to go to the left. Do I go there? And then? No. Or wait. Like this? But he still needs to go like this. Yeah. And then I will get spiked again. Oh my god, oh, fucking hell. That was so obnoxious. Elise, I can't see where I'm going. Don't wander around too much, Eiffel. Try to follow my voice. Elise, where are you? It's alright, Eiffel. Walk in a straight line. I will be watching over you. I feel dizzy, Elise. Trust me, Eiffel. I'm right here. Shikarishite, Elise. I really like this line. I must run to make sure I don't lose sight of him. Shikarishite, I think, means like hold it together. Calm down. Wait. Are we not over all this? What? Insta-kill? Excuse me? Well, that was bullshit. I'm back on keyboard again because this is better. Much more precise. Ow! I didn't see that spike. What kills me? What kills me? Maybe that's why you don't need gameplay in visual novels. Because it fucking sucks! It fucking sucks balls! Unintuitive fucking piece of shit. Do I go here? Oh, of course. Nice. My vein will about to be popped. It still attacks me, even if I don't move, because this game is bullshit. Yeah, see? Like, how the fuck? Ah! I think I know what I'm doing wrong. I think it's not about movement, it's about black trees, isn't it? I didn't notice the color. Fuck. Usually I don't really get tilted at the game. I reserve anger for games like that require competitive aspect, like sweaty multiplayer games. Even in Dark Souls and Sekiro I wasn't really salty about them. But when you don't really have much of control of your characters, like in strategy games, or like in this case where your controls are not super precise, I get angry really fast, because it kind of feels like it's game's fault instead of mine. In From Software games I can understand that something I did was wrong, that I wasn't good enough or something, but here it's just like what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like it's not something that you will get from the first try or even second one. This game is really trying my patience. Avoid black trees and then you will be good. I think I'm doing something wrong again. And you need to push some button where, and I have no fucking idea where that button is. Fuck. Right now it's 11 p.m. and I would scream if my roommates weren't sleeping. Because I am getting so angry right now. I understand that this is a trial and error thing, but holy fuck. Can we get this with less trials? I'm about to put this game down. Okay, don't go left. Don't go right. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? This dude is dying anyway. Please stop. Stop moving. I don't know where to go next. Of course. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? How am I supposed to avoid these things? He will die anyway, because I don't make it to the fucking bottom. You're probably thinking, ah, you stupid. You were supposed to do this. And yeah, good for you. Like, I have no idea where am I supposed to go. Where is the fucking button? Please don't kill me. I don't know how I made it, but it's too early to celebrate. You almost died, you mother. Are we done? Are you alright, Eifu? Elise, I feel dizzy. Wait for me, I am coming for you. Elise, I'm with you now, Eiffel. It will be alright. Let's go now, back to Kieferberg. Mama. Oh, thank heavens you are alright. Mama, Eifu. I was so scared, Mama. You are alright now, my boy. Ah, Eifu, I thought I'd never see you again. It's alright, my loves. We are together now. What a relief. Good Lord, Elise, you really did find him. It wasn't easy, that's for certain. Atta girl, Elise. Folks told us all about it. We were about to set off after you. This is a moment to celebrate, folks. Prepare us a feast, Vilma. We are drinking to Elise tonight. Oh, how wonderful. I will get right to it. We can't compromise the festival, Vilma. There is nothing better to celebrate than this, Father. That's right, Father. We out to celebrate. To the inn, folks. To the inn. Guys, I will go with you. I need a drink after this.
Elise!
I don't drink alcohol at all, but fuck, this kinda makes me like I really should drink and just forget about this. What are you doing here, Rosmarine? You weren't coming back, so I came back for you. I saw you coming back with Eiffel. He got lost in the woods. I went to look for him is all. Oh, but is he alright? Say, Rosemary, you've been home this whole time, haven't you?
もちろんですよ。
Ah, yes, I made a supper and everything. You were taking so long, I thought. Come, Elise, we out to celebrate. I will be right there, Mr. Heinrich. You head on home, Rosmarine. Ah, alright. I won't take too long, alright? I will be home waiting for you, Elise. Ah, there she is. Oh, Lisa, how can I ever repay you? That's alright, Mrs. Lisbeth, there is no need to. Nonsense, Elisa. You saved him, after all. How's Eiffel? Him and Angelica are inside having their supper. I'm too fatigued to join you at the inn, but... That's alright, Mrs. Lisbeth. I won't be staying long either. Ah, if only my goats weren't so ill. I have nothing to give you as a thank you, Elisa. Don't fret over such things, Lisbeth. Come, I will keep you company. We all pitch in to thank Elisa tomorrow. There's truly no need. I did what I felt I should. Would you mind telling me more about how you found him tomorrow, Elisa? Of course, Mrs. Lisbeth. You too, Elise. See that you get plenty of rest tonight. I'm not certain about what Eiffel saw in those woods, but I will be in serious trouble if he mentions seeing her. At a girl, Elise. Kieferberg owes you a great debt, lass. Lord knows what could have happened had it not been for you. I was lucky, though. No, Elise, I owe you an apology. What matters is that Eiffel is safe and sound, Father. Heinrich's right, we have good reason to celebrate. Bottoms up, everyone. To Elise, our bravest lass. To Elise. You don't have to. Nonsense, lass. This is better than the festival even. A great deal better indeed. It's our chance to unwind, folks. Why don't you grab some ale and go grab Freya for a dance, Elise? Ah, yes. We are drinking all night long, lads. To Elise. Holy shit, there's a lot of things to do. Okay, I will save and then I will talk with everyone tomorrow. That's way too much for one day, I think. After my groan of pain and salt, my throat isn't feeling too good at the moment. My throat needs some rest. What do I think? Gameplay wise, it sucked, but story keeps getting better. I am very interested in what will happen next. Like, what is the deal with Witch? What she wants from me? She wants to have me again, so does she mean like so I would become a part of her again as flesh, so she would dismember me or something, or she wants to destroy him so I could live with her in peace as her daughter. I don't know. But it's only Wednesday and game ends in Saturday, I think, or maybe Sunday. God damn. So much content, so much to read. Alright. I hope I didn't make you facepalm too much with my skills. So yeah. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.